making predictions, or no, we haven't been making predictions, but we've been making inferences, and inferences are kind of like predictions, and so we're still using clues from the story to make predictions. So our learning target today is making predictions. So repeat to me what our learning target is.
Making predictions.
Making predictions. Good job.
I'm really good at doing that. Me too.
So, no, oh wait. So,
Making
third grade.
making prediction. I like the master about that.
Okay, you can make predictions
With any
3 different ways, or 3 different times.
3 different colors.
Wait. You can make predictions before you read. Wait. During reading or while you're reading. And
At the end.
after reading. Right? Okay. Before you read, you look at there's a couple things that you need to do to help you make your prediction.
You look at the front cover.
You look at the cover.
Back. Read the back.
You look at the covers, right? Front and
You look at
nope, I'll wait.
You look at the front and the back.
You look at the front cover and the back cover.
Read the back. No, you look at the front and then the back.
Stop shouting out, please. I'm going. I thought that was the deal. Okay. You can look at who the author is.
You gotta look at that.
No, Kylie, stop talking. So there's a lot of authors. I'm thinking of like some examples would be Judy Shatner. She writes lots of Skippy John Jones books, right? Dr. Seuss. So if you know who the author is, you might be able to make a prediction about what the book is going to be about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. By looking at the pictures, you can flip through the book really fast and make pictures. And look at the pictures and picture watch, and the characters. Okay, so all of that stuff you can do. And if you have a chapter book, I will read the table of contents. I'll look through the table of contents really fast first. Boys, leave the table alone, please. Adrian, turn around and face me. Okay, during reading, there are some things that you can do while you're reading to help you make predictions. Something that you can do really well is you can ask this question, I wonder what will happen next. That can help you make a prediction. And you can think about the characters. And the setting. 3rd grade.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop whispering. Because I'm not looking at you doesn't mean I can't hear you. And if you are talking to your neighbor, then you're not listening to me. And this is very important because you're going to be doing this here in a minute by yourself. So you need to listen to me. You're going to write it, but you're going to be making predictions. After you read, you can do a couple of things.
You can predict what might happen in the life.
I'll wait. Yeah, you can ask yourself, was I correct? So was your prediction right?
Yes.
Well, sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, right?
Yes.
You can also ask yourself, did anything surprise you?
say, did anything surprise you?
Did you make a prediction and you read the book and you thought, oh wow, that's not what I was thinking at all. Okay, so I want you to look up here at what we can do before, during, and after to make predictions. What are some things? Look at the before column. Look at the before column. Your eyes should be on my lovely poster, anchor chart. And I want one reading partner to talk about what you can do before reading with your reading partner to make predictions. Adrian, talk to your reading partner. Alright, pause. I've heard a lot of people say look at the covers. Look at the pictures.
Read back at the cover.
Yeah. So I heard lots of people say that, and I said that because I heard everybody say that. Okay, so now look at what you do during. And whisper to me what you can do during reading to make. What can you do while you're reading to make predictions?
Look at the back.
No, pause. Third grade.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'll wait. Third grade.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at the anchor chart. There's a couple things we talked about that you could do during reading. Whisper to me what those are. Everybody at the same time. So whisper what can you do during reading. So you can say, I wonder what's going to happen next. You can look at the characters and you can look at the setting. The setting, Jackson, is where it is taking place. Like, where is it at? Out pointing at the table. What can you do?
I saw it.
I will take care of it. You worry about you. Whisper to your partner. What do you do after reading? Talk to your partner. How do you make a prediction after you've already read the book?
Write it down.
All right, third grade.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody tell me. What can you do?
Surprise.
Everybody. I should not just hear Addison and one other person. Everybody tell me. Good. Good. So we are going to read a book today called, I will tell you in a minute if you will wait. And we're going to be making predictions before, during, and after our story. And we're going to write them down in our graphic organizer. Okay. The book we're going to read today. Oh, wait.
What don't?
Okay, turn around. I'll wait. No, I'm not. I don't like talking over people when I read. I've said that before. I hope you don't come up to them or you lose the point. Our book is Crow Boy by Taro Yashima, and now I'm thinking of our strategies to make predictions before reading. So let's look at the front of the book. Everybody look at the front of the book. If you're looking down or at your neighbor, you're not looking at the book. Now look at the back cover of the book. Now look at the back cover of the book. Okay? And I'll just flip through the pictures quickly so we can see some of them. I will read it, but I'm just going to look through quickly. So just looking quickly. We're not stopping to read. We're just looking quietly. If you are thinking you're not talking, nope, you're not talking. Yep, we're just looking, we're just doing a picture walk. That's right, Jackson. Okay, now that you have looked through the pictures and you've seen the covers of the book, I'm going to make a prediction about what I think this is about. Let me go get some tequila. Okay. So I'm looking here at my anchor chart. Kind of hard to see. And I'm going to make a prediction about what I think this book is about. No.
They're laughing.
Nope. You want your right.
Sasha's got me a baby.
I think third grade. No, stop. Look at me.
I love it.
Okay, then focus on me, please. I think the book is about a classroom a long time ago. No, pause. I'm making my prediction. That's my prediction. I think that it is about a book or a classroom a long time ago. I want you to think about your prediction. Think about what your prediction is. Just by looking at the front covers and the back covers. Right. And the covers. I didn't mean to throw it up. And think, nope. It was an accident, third grade. And I'm going to write it over here. No pause. I'm going to write before, during, and after. Think now, talk to your partner. What is your prediction about what this book is about? Predict. Talk to Adrian. Alright. Oh, did everybody get to share? Yeah. What their predictions were? Then the other neighbors share now. Share with somebody else. Share with Connie. Kendall, did you share your prediction?
They just like you're my partner. Well, you're not. But mine is more than
Alright. Third grade. Find your way quietly. Thank you, Silas. Quietly to your chairs. I'm going to give you a sticky, and you're going to write your before prediction, and then go stick it over on our whiteboard over there. About Chibi. I know I thought something about Chibi that he was going to learn from Mr. Asabi, but my prediction has changed now, and I think that Chibi. I'll wait. It's my prediction, not yours. You can write yours in just a second. I think that. Nope. I think that Chibi was very dedicated. Very dedicated to school. So now I want you to think about your predictions that you made before, during, and after. Before and during. And I made mine, and then you're going to make your prediction for after.
Hi, this is Marisa Legleiter, and this is my reflection for the reading lesson that I taught today. the lesson today was making predictions. So our learning target was today we're going to make predictions. And so what we talked about today was before predictions, during predictions, and after predictions. And so we went through the different things that you had to do, the different reasons for how you make predictions for before, during, and after. And we made an anchor chart for that. And then I modeled making predictions both before, during, and after. And so after I modeled the predictions, and then they talked, and then they made their predictions, and then we stuck them on a chart that we have up in the classroom that says before, during, and after. And so that was the lesson for today. As far as differentiation goes, there was not a lot of differentiation in the lesson, but after the lesson is 15 or 20 minutes long, and then after that we do what's called Reader's Workshop here. And so the students have independent reading time and then conferencing, and so there's me and then another para in here at that time. And so this is when the differentiation occurs, is when each one of us will bring in the student that we're conferencing with for right then, and we'll talk to the student again. And sometimes this will include reteaching. We'll have to go over what it takes for predictions. We'll have to redo what before predictions look like, what during predictions look like, and what after predictions look like. Sometimes they're already there, and so sometimes we have to reteach it. Sometimes the students require guidance and prompting. Sometimes the students just may require some guidance, a little bit of extra support, but not quite so many prompts. And sometimes they need a little bit of both. There are students that are able to do this independently, and so if they can independently do that, then I encourage them to do that with me while they're sitting with me, so I can watch them go through it. Even if they don't need guidance or prompts, I want them to think what they're doing and tell that to me as they're doing that, so that I can see their thought process as they're going through the predicting. And then the students have a section in their reading journal where they open it up, and in there they will write down the anchor chart so that they can remember it. And then the teachers and the pairs also have their own journal that has 4 or 5 different students in the journal, and we will take notes as a student is reading or as the student is going through their predictions or whatever we're doing for the day, and we will write down whether that student needed guidance, whether that student needed prompting, if they needed both, did the student need reteaching for that skill. And then we will keep the sticky note that the students wrote their predictions on, or whatever the skill is for that day, and we will put it towards the back of their notebook, the teacher's notebook, and we'll keep track of how they're doing for the skill. So that is when the differentiation occurs for reading. We will list that and what they're working on and what they need to work on, and a lot of times I will give them homework. So today was predicting, so I would listen to their before predictions and their during predictions, and I would guide them, and then they will make an after prediction that when they're not with me, and then they had to bring me the sticky note later after they had completed it, and then I will go through and look at that and see how the students did with the after predictions by themselves. And they do all of this after they have already practiced it once with me in the mini lesson. So this is what happens in the smaller sessions. And then after we see how the students did, the cooperating teacher and I will look through how the students did, and then if they need more help and more guidance, then we will pull them back to teacher table, and we will go over the parts of the lesson that they need to work on some more, or if they need to reteach, or if they just need more examples and more practice, then we'll do that. And then if they're working on it independently, then they will not be practicing on that skill during teacher table. So that is my reflection for this lesson. Thank you, and have a good day.